Good morning. It's the end of September, last weekend in September. It's been a really warm fall. So, our low, I think the lowest temp we've gotten so far is 49 degrees Fahrenheit. Whereas we're zone 5B Mass, our average first frost date is usually between September 20th and October 10th or so. It's looking like in the next 2 weeks we won't have that in our forecast, so we'll see. Everything's a little covered with dew, kind of shining with this lower sun. Got these lettuce going that are so good. Absolutely loving them. Still need to take these last tomatoes out on this bed. Still have the tomatoes in the greenhouse and the tomatoes on the tunnel. This is the bell pepper bed that I forgot in my update video the other day. It's doing pretty amazing. I picked a ton this week, so that's doing well. I have a bunch of lettuce starts here, but the carrots have kind of taken over. These were the pelleted carrot seeds, and I think that's all I'm going to use going forward. Look at the nice spacing. I haven't thinned these at all, and the spacing did really nicely. So I think that'll be the plan. Still have some cosmos and some of the giant zinnias. It's getting to the end of the seasons. And this bed is mostly just lettuce now, and some beets and herbs, basil, parsley. Looks like some of the giant marigolds took another beating in the storm. So I'll have to clean those up. But need to start pulling the basil as well. It's just absolutely gorgeous this morning. Probably pull a bunch more carrots from this bed, put them into storage. Got a spare fridge downstairs that we're keeping at like 50 degrees, 45 or so. Kind of let some of the beans just get big. Maybe I'll save some seeds. This back side of the tunnel, the east wall, the pumpkins and watermelon are trying to escape. I don't think I'm going to get any more from these new plants, but you never know with a late season or warm fall. Here's my little watermelon. We've been having some really good summer squash, so that's been exciting. And here's my second pumpkin. Oh my god, just look at this bee. He's covered. And I picked a ton of grape tomatoes off of this guy. I guess it's like 2 plants maybe. Picked a ton yesterday. So those are doing really well. And then our lettuce starts over here have done well also. We do have a couple big beef back here, so I've been picking some of those. These tomatoes seem pretty healthy. The basil is not, so I do need to pick that and cut that away. Poblanos and bell peppers I picked a ton of this week. I made some more pickled refrigerator peppers and got more to deal with. This little area it's covered with just really light compost, and then threw a bunch of seeds in here maybe about 45-50 days ago. So you'll see cosmos and zinnias and I can't remember this flower's name, but it was a wildflower mixes, and I put some of the marigolds that I needed to move out here. There's actually some bunching onions in here, some dill, there's a little bit of everything, but I just wanted to kind of put something on this bank that was not complete, just weeds, and it's done pretty well. Pollinators are over there all the time. The potatoes, so I'm still letting these grow. There will be maybe another 2 weeks or so, and then we'll probably start harvesting them. Like this one, something that looks like has been eating it and it's dying. So a combination. I'll probably take these potatoes here this weekend and dump those out and see what we've got. But then the potatoes that are all here are still going. And so we'll let those go. And then I've got potatoes in the raised bed over here that I've been stealing from this week that seem to be doing really well. And I just need to make sure I'm doing consistent watering from here on out. These guys are the ones that got hit by the storm, actually a couple storms, and flopped right over. But Blue Adirondack, Yukon Gold, and Russet are in here. And then same, the wall of potato bags are a combination there of those three. The morning light is just so nice. We also have a celery root in the middle here. It's been fun. We're gonna have to try to harvest that. You can see them down here. And supposedly they're pretty starchy, like a potato, so that's gonna be interesting. Over here we've got a bunch of peppers. They're just going. We picked a ton this week again. And don't plan to bring any of those in. The potatoes, if I need to, from the grow bags, if they're still going, I might plan to put them into the greenhouse if we do end up getting a frost. Absolutely loving the hose link. It's got kind of a pull and stop. Pull it again, and it goes back. I wanted to change the nozzle head from this guy the other day, and because it has a stop here and then the connection, I'm able to do that without having to go turn the water off. Just been pretty good. That's a 82 foot. I did get the extension also, just in case I need it, although it seems to be pretty good for that space. My greenhouse is doing great. I did a full update in here, so I'm not going to go into much detail, but pretty much we've got a ton of ripe peppers to pick. Some very, very scary hot peppers to pick. And then I still need to finish planting this top bed, hopefully this weekend, for the winter crop I'm going to try in here this year. But lots of hot peppers, and then grape tomato. We've got the big beef tomato up here, and then Cherokee Carbon over there. And I did put some lettuce in here, seeded some spinach. Parsley will continue to grow. And that alyssum is just, that's one plant of alyssum that I started from seed. And it's just done so well in there. I figured try to get the hoverflies up a little higher, so by putting it up on the shelf instead of down on the bottom where the tomatoes were, it might help in here. Being in the greenhouse, so the bugs aren't that bad. But it seems to work pretty good. And then we've got the corn stalks that I'm drying. Of course, it rained pretty heavily. You're supposed to dry them upside down, so I've got ones leaning on the base over here. I've got a bunch in the garage I need to take out this morning, and then I'll spread these guys out now that the rain stopped. It's supposed to be sunny for a few days. And I'll have a bunch of fall decorations. But I figured they're not easy to mulch up for compost, so figured I would see what I could do. But with all the rain this week, I'm not sure how this batch will do. The first batch did really well. So that's the end of September update. We're still picking tomatillos down in the lower garden, and I'll post a picture of the Bloody Butcher dent corn that I picked yesterday. It's absolutely beautiful. And then I've been pulling off sunflower heads to dry as they start going by. So things are going. Hopefully we can keep this up for another 3-4 weeks, but we'll see. The greenhouse should be good until hopefully November, but we will see for the main crops of the peppers and tomatoes in there. And then the top little bed should continue to be good probably through Christmas. So that's the goal. Do another update in a week.